ChristYinz. Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? Episode, what is this, 7, Jaryd?
Yeah.
I think it's episode 7. We got our first guest. It's Jordan York. He's going to tell you a little bit about himself soon. But anyway, hey, 412 Three Rivers, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, coming at the point. It's God City, baby. Hey, I wanted to say this too. Listen, all of our podcasts, we don't edit this, we don't cut it. I mean, this is raw. This is real. We're trying to keep it a buck, keep it 100 with everybody in the city. So we're going to be going through a whole lot of stuff. I just want everybody to know that, like, we just give it to you. We're putting it out there. So, you know, me, Glenny B here. We got Jaryd Boyer over there. And like I said, we got Jordan York right here. We got some of his stuff on the table. We're going to talk about some of the great works that he does in our city, his journey, his path of changing mindset, of incorporating God and Scripture and Jesus into his life to be a way better, more positive person, because we're all in growth. Same thing I'm doing, same thing Jaryd's doing, same thing that most of you guys and ladies out there are doing as well. So, what's up, Jordan?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. It's a beautiful spot. Love everything that you guys are doing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm ready to talk some God, Jesus, some good deeds in Pittsburgh.
Let's go.
You know, just trying to, Pittsburgh to the world, we're trying to change it, right?
Right on.
Make it a better place.
So this is what it's about. This is about people coming together, right, in the same area, same niche, same city, to help each other out. So Jordan and I and Jaryd, we know each other on social media, but we never really met in person until we just reached out to each other. Then we had a nice meeting together. We talked, and it just organically orchestrated itself in conversation for a couple hours in a row because, you know, real recognize real. And this is, like I said, this is our first one in the making, but I think we're going to continue to help each other out and help this city grow and everything else. So, look, we got some stuff there. So, let's see. So, you could do a podcast. You used to do music. I remember you had this song about Pittsburgh that blew up once upon a time.
Yeah.
So, just talk a little bit about that stuff that you're doing with your podcast. You're into sports a whole lot, and some of the music stuff that you did. So, yeah, what you got going on, brother? What's up?
Yeah, so there's a lot going on, but like I said, you know, basically, like what I tried to do is I went the positive route, and that's when I really found God and Jesus in my life. You know, now that I'm in my 30s, it's a little bit different. You know, I have a family now, just had a daughter, so my priorities changed like that, but it was for the better. But I told myself at the beginning of this year that I was going to change up my whole routine. I mean, you guys are both former athletes. You know, he's still, you know, doing his thing in the boxing world, so everything just kind of transpired this year. But yeah, I mean, I started doing music about 10 years ago, and kind of now my main focus is our Steelers podcast and yinzercrazy.com, basically just covering Pittsburgh sports from, you know, local guys to you know, the professionals. So we do the Steeler Crazy Sick podcast with my guy Michael Nicastro. We do two shows every week, so we're doing that. And, you know, the Pirates, I did the song, the fight song for them last year. It was just on Star 100.7 recently. So, you know, still kicking with the music. But the biggest thing was just being positive because of where I'm at in life. One thing about me, like I kind of told you guys off air, like I never been, you know, the most talented, the most, you know, I've always been the hardest worker, point blank and period. And I think that God every day gives us those 24 hours.
That's right.
To do that, and I don't want to do a disservice to him and say, you know, and I'm one of those people too, and I'll just say this, like, I don't, like, I'm not afraid. My belief in God and Jesus, like, every day, like I was telling you guys, I wake up at the crack of dawn, I get my day started just because I like that peace. I like to have that time. I wake up and I pray for my family, my loved ones, anyone that, you know, might be going through something. You know, like Jaryd, like, was talking, like, I would like to get more into the scripture. I mean, my dad is a big Christian and, you know, volunteers at his church and does everything. So I'm really inspired by him because he's kind of like my role model. Like, everyone looks up to, you know, celebrities and stuff and has someone in our life, but, you know, my dad was that person who stepped up in my life and really showed me, you know, it's about routine. And I tell everyone, this is like a funny thing that I say. It's like I walk in, I scan the room, and then I ask myself, someone has to be the boss, not in the sense of the boss in a cockiness
that's good.
type, but is a fact of like, okay, if something goes wrong, I got to do this. I have a kid now, I got to clean up. Like everything, when you put others first, you'll see how your life changes.
There it is.
And recently, that's what I've been trying to do. And like I told you, it feels like my life sometimes is Groundhog Day because I'm like, but I see the bigger vision. I see that I'm hungry to do better. And when you put good into, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, but if you can't look at your past, and you guys both have past, and you were telling me, off air, and I'm the type of person like, listen, even if I'm not gonna grow with you, I wish you the best, and just focus, on what you can control.
100%. So touch base on that. I want a couple things that I want to get out, a couple bullet points based on that conversation, and then we'll just keep going forward with more stuff about you kind of like shedding light on some of these bullet points. So I agree, and I say this all the time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and you're supposed to choose how you use them. And we went through Bible verses that talk about you're not supposed to be lazy. You're supposed to put yourself out there and actually work hard. And it is because it's like you get what you give, right? So the same 24 hours in a day, we all have the same opportunity. And we have these choices, and it's called choices of what you do. So do you sleep in? Do you not? Do you give it 16 hours or do you give it none? Do you work, overtime or do you not? Do you balance your bank account and manage your financials in a proper way to get you out of the problems you're in, or do you not? So we all have the agreements with that. A lot of people do, and it is, like I said, it is growth. And I say this again repetitively on this podcast, that it is growth. We are all in growth. Every human being, man, woman, right, is in growth. We are growing, which is why it's hard to judge somebody, because you can have 40 years on the planet where maybe you wasted it away, and then you just decide to wake up one day and you decide to change it and grow. So how is someone going to judge you from the first 40 years? You can't judge someone.
You can't
for that.
beat yourself up over it. You just got to go.
Yeah, if they choose to change. So I want to say this because, I'll mention a lot of people on this podcast. So David Goggins, his book Can't Hurt Me changed my life ultimately. He's a beast, right?
Stay hard.
So yes, so he says, and he actually, no idea is original. I say this. So he says this in the book. At the end of the book, he says, because he believes in God. He says, well, I don't want to go up to heaven. I don't want to walk up to God. All right, and God look. Right. So like for me, I don't want God to look. I'm saying what David Goggins said, just using my name, but like, I don't want God to be like Glenn Baroni and say all this good stuff, right? Be like, leader of men that actually performed by example, this success in real estate, this success with getting your voice out there and all this other stuff, and happy home, wife, all this other stuff, and give me this beautiful painted picture of what Glenn Baroni should have been. But because I laid down on myself, I'm up there at heaven looking at God. I'm like, that ain't my life, God. That's not my life at all. And he's like, well, that's what it could have been if you would have just pressed in and did the right thing and stayed disciplined and used your 24 hours. And then I'm like, oh man, my life could have been that, and it wasn't. I was just, Glenn Baroni working a menial job I was miserable at, drank every day, was depressed and everything else like that. So David Goggins says that's what drives him to be a greater person. Yeah. Now, no idea is original. He got that from Les Brown. Now, I don't know if anybody else said it before Les Brown. And who is Les Brown? Probably the greatest motivational speaker of all time. He sold out the Georgia Dome, 80,000 plus people. All right. So anyway, back to Jordan with stuff, because we've had these conversations. Now, I know that we were talking. You say you get up at 3 a.m. now. You talk to God.
I actually changed it to 2:30.
So all right. So
Dang, he's up at 30.
So yeah,
dude, I do go to bed early. I will say that,
right,
but I put my daughter to bed, read her a book, and then it's time for Jordan to go.
So the quick couple points are, like I said, you're getting up super early. Yeah. You're smashing the gym. You're getting right with God.
Starting
right off the
off
bat.
with the day praying. That's the most important thing.
I do the same thing too.
Come on.
And then,
it just gives me that certain, peace. Like that first 10 minutes of my day, I try not to look at my phone. I'm rewriting in my mind what I got to do. And I can honestly say that I've been doing this, like, I started living a healthier lifestyle like 2 or 3 years ago when but this year I changed up my diet. I'm actually training for a bodybuilding show next year. God willing, my dad and his brothers were. This is actually where it all started. York's Gym. So yeah, New Kensington.
Right on.
My dad and his brothers. I definitely have a blueprint that I want to follow. But my dad is one of those people, and I talked about my dad a lot because he's just such an awesome guy, and that is my idol. And he's actually in I mean this in a nice. He's not my biological dad. My biological dad passed away when I was young, so my mom met him when they came back to Pennsylvania. But he came, he adopted me. That's my dad. Like I call him. That's my father.
Love's thicker than blood, baby.
Exactly.
You know?
So, and he stepped up, and it really didn't hit me until I got older about the type of man that he really, veteran, worked, just hard worker, never complained, and needed done. And I try and implement that at the beginning of this year with everything, with my devotion to God, with my devotion to my family, with, okay, let's start putting others first, because that's at the end of the day, you don't like you said, I do a lot of things, it's a good like to praise the good deeds and stuff, but I do a lot of stuff every day that like I don't like, it's between me and God. Like you said about the David Goggins thing, like when I go up there, I'm like, everyone's sinned, everyone, no one's perfect.
We're all works in progress, bro.
We're all works in progress. You said it. But from this point on, I made it non-negotiable when that alarm goes off to wake up, pray. Like I said, I keep going back to this. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
But I know the bigger vision is one day, like I just told you, like I didn't expect to have my song on the radio, boom, doing pie, shout out to the Pittsburgh Pirates, they're loving it, this and that. Like everything just kind of happens, the opportunities when you just focus on putting in the work. Like everyone wants to be like, whoa, I got to do this. No, follow the regiment.
That's right.
Get back to the regiment. And when I say everything, it doesn't matter. You're mopping the floor. Mop the floor to the best of your abilities.
Right.
Like,
that's right.
Do we want to mop the floor? Probably not. But everything in life, and I learned this again, from just great role models in my life, is that it doesn't matter what you do. When you're reading about everything that you do,
Colossians,
do it to the best of your ability.
Colossians 3:23.
And that's what changed. That's what changed everything in my life this year. That's that simple mindset.
There wasn't consistency, bro.
That's the biggest. If you can sum up word, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You can be the most. Put me in a room. Okay, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what you do. This and that. Put me in a room with and I'm able to navigate because of simply off of my belief.
Yeah,
right.
Your person. You're not putting yourself first. It ain't about you.
Just be yourself.
It ain't about you.
So yeah, it's constant consistency. It's the disciplines, and I say this all the time. Motivation.
It's life changing.
Motivation ain't nothing. Because motivation comes and goes. Oh, it's sunny. I'm happy. Yeah, let's do this. And then the next day it's raining and miserable, and you're like, oh, pouty pants, right? Yeah. But if you have discipline, like you said, you still do it. So if you start doing these small things,
it's hard at first.
Day,
it is
repetitively. It is. I heard real fast too. There was a story where a gentleman wanted to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. He was super out of shape, but he was so scared of the gym. So you know what he did? He said, fine, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do 3 sets of one exercise. That's it.
Yeah.
So he walked in there, right? And he just did 3 sets. 3 sets of one exercise, and then he left. And he did that every day. And he said he did that just because, now after, 21 days or something to form a habit, after about a month of just going, it got into his everyday routine where I'm going to the gym. He did his little 3 sets, and then he left. And he did that. Then he started adding to it, and then it became part of his routine. So like I said, it's just little things like that. So then you start waking up a little bit earlier every day. You start praying to God in the morning. Some days you miss, some days you don't.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, some days where I could admit where I don't, and I kind of feel like guilty in a way because I'm like, man, like I couldn't take Jesus and the Lord and God does so much for me, like and people don't understand about, like, I will never push religion on anyone, but I'm not going to be afraid to wear the name Jesus on me, to have the cross out like that. That's what
go.
Matthew 10,
that's what
Matthew
it is.
10,
Like
32.
everyone thinks
Matthew
it's like,
10,
bro,
man.
Jesus is cool. People don't understand
boy,
Jesus.
He been cool.
And I'm not talking about
He's
even
been
people
cool.
who don't want to dive into the scripture.
Right.
Jesus is cool for the fact that, like, I can relate to him so much when I learn more about him, because he can relate to all mankind and womankind.
Yeah.
Because listen, this is the crazy everyone hated Jesus. His story is just amazing, and when you really dive into it, like, people will be like, well, do you? And I still have a lot of learning to do, but like, people don't understand. It's not just the religious aspect. It's his freaking story is amazing.
Yeah.
And when I really sat down, you just got to read the synopsis or whatever they call it, the summary, I guess, of everything, and you'll be like, man, like, Jesus was You know,
he was a
so-
soldier, and I say that all the time. I said, hey, if Jesus was strong enough to carry his own cross to get crucified, and he took it and said, this is what you want from me, that God, you know, like, bro, we can do anything.
If there was a top 10 most wanted list, he was number 1 on that list.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like today,
100%.
he was number 1.
Yeah.
So
Everyone
everybody
wanted
looked
to be
at him
like
as a
Jesus.
criminal.
And when you talk about like followers and social media and everyone else like that, like Jesus had, you know, he only had, you know, a little over 2 handfuls of disciples. You know what I mean?
Like you said, sometimes you got to be your own biggest cheerleader, and that, like, on that note, like, another thing, you know, that you how you let people handle you in life is, and I don't mean that like in any certain way, but you have to have that cockiness and confidence is 2 different things.
Right.
I'm confident about God. I'm confident about Jesus. I'm confident that I can get the job done. I'm confident that I'm going to come here. You invite me. I'm going to be on time and bring the best of my abilities. Like, that's what I'm talking about in life. Like, I don't want to do a disservice to my family. We live in a society now where everyone wants handouts. They don't understand the hard work. Like, there's people who, you know, I was like, you know, you would compare your stories. Like, you know, you guys have both been through so much, and you compare your stories to everyone. And what really, again, changed my mind, and I hope that this podcast inspires people to learn. I'm not saying that I have the blueprint, but I have the blueprint because it's the blueprint is to the best of your ability, everything that you do, just do it. Like, you know, I'll get it done. No, get it. There is going to be no right time to open up the Bible. There's going to be no right time to go to the gym. There's going to be no right time to follow your passion, start a podcast, volunteer, have a baby. Everything is a learn. When you just accept everything for what it is, and like you said, when you're highly favored, the devil is going to come. They're going to test you. But 100%. It's all about how you navigate through it. Bro. And I will be the first to admit I'm Italian. My temper is bad. I can go off the hinges. My wife I can go off the hinges. Yes, both of you. I mean, so to me, it's like when I learn to control that, when you learn how to control how you react to situations that are sent to destroy you, then you're like, I could accomplish anything. It doesn't matter what shirt I have on. Like, Jaryd, he can be in here in his boxers, and he has the confidence that he's gonna, you know, do what he needs to do to get the job done.
That's right.
I was just saying that.
No, I got a badminton
You do look.
tournament
I mean, he's a boxing trainer. I mean,
yeah, he looks like he's going to the country club and hit some badminton
what I
right
do.
now. I love it.
He just always looks ready.
Try Jesus, not me.
Yeah.
Now the original one was try Jesus, not me, because I got hands.
Yeah.
But we shortened it. We shortened it
I
up.
like it.
You know. But so yeah, man. Like I said, it's just all the same disciplines and getting used to it and going through the repetitions and consistency and everything else like that. And we talk about like boasting about good works and stuff. And I know that you do a lot of good stuff, like I said, without letting people know. There's a lot of stuff I do without letting people know. Jaryd does the same thing. And that's what it is. You give and you give and you give because you'll get back what you give, and you have to. And the devil will come at you and attack you when you do more good works and press into God, which is why some bad things happen. But you just got to have faith in God's plan and everything to get through it. So, like, I don't want to put you on blast from good works, but I know that you do a lot of stuff with light of life. Sorry, Jaryd. I can. That's all right. I can put you on blast all I want
put him on blast
because you do 16 hours of good work every single day, bro. I know everything, but I'm saying
I'm just trying to be like Jaryd.
Dude, Jordan wakes up.
I'm trying to be like Jesus.
Jordan's up at 2:30 now, bro. He's praying to God. He's doing his thing. He's taking care of his kid. He's hitting the gym, and then you hit light of life and you help out the veterans and everything else like that. So it's just like, you know, like, and it's just crazy because you're doing all this good stuff because you really just want to do it. And I know, like I said, bro, you have a big following. You're a Yinzer to the core. You do have a huge following, tens of thousands of people following you, social media, doing good things, music, your podcast. I'm involved with sports figures. You know people. You go to these events. Like, you're connected. You know all this stuff. And you're still taking your time first thing in the morning, get right with God, take care of your body, and then giving back to this city with light of life and the veterans and everything else like that. That's awesome. So I don't care. I'm putting you on blast for it because you're doing great work. I know you don't even tell nobody about this stuff. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I've been at Veterans Place for about a year and a half now. It's a nonprofit on Washington Boulevard. And basically, like I was telling you, I had a government job for 5 years, you know, tried some different things. And I wanted to find something that I was passionate about and didn't feel like work. And it kind of just the opportunity. So yeah, I mean, kind of basically my day is I drive around to the homeless shelters, sometimes, you know, pick up people off the street, light of life, last stop, and just, we really try. I think that veterans, to me, why it's so special. I'm not a veteran personally, but I have family members. My dad was in the Air Force for 12 years, uncle in the Army. So I always think, like, if someone's going to fight for this freedom, no one should be homeless.
Right.
But if there's going to be no veteran, someone who fought for my freedom of this beautiful country. So that's really what it is. And, like, I don't even, like, really, like, think about, like I was telling you guys off air, like, some of these guys, I might be their only positive interaction. And mental health is big now, battling addiction. So, like, I kind of go in there every day and I don't know what I'm walking into, but I know that, like, I don't, like, look for praise. Like, that's why I kind of just, it's nice every once in a while to get recognized for what you do, but I'm doing it because I live here and I want to clean up this city and I want to, help whoever I can get back on their feet. I think it's I watch the process, I see veterans in the cycle, but I also see the positivity in a lot of these guys that get back on their feet, get back with their family, men wounded relationships. So it's really rewarding. And we're connected with the sports teams. We're connected with a lot of community leaders. So we're just trying to, there needs to be, the next generation is here. We're kind of all in the same age bracket. So it's like, I want to show that, like, life stinks, you die one day, unfortunately. But until that day comes, I want to, show that, the next generation, there is people that care and make a difference. It's amazing. Everything that you do in life, karma's real. And it will definitely come back. Like I said, just put in the work. Everyone wants this, like, big spiel about everything, like you said. Like, it's literally, there's no right time. Just put in the work. And I can't tell you how many times I send in auditions on here. All I need is one. Send out 500 emails. All I need is 5 people to get. Yep. People don't understand that, like, when you just put stuff into the universe, put good into the universe. Right. It's going to come back 110% and reward you. Don't expect it.
That's the Bible. It's biblical.
Yes. So
God is a rewarder, scripture.
Yeah. And I just tell everyone, man, don't ever, everything is kind of cliche in life, but people make life to be out so hard, but it's really not. It's literally find what you're good at, focus on that. And I think you'll be all right, whatever it may be. Now, there's going to be stuff that you don't want to do, but complaining about it, again, guilty of it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we all are.
Yes, everyone.
When I start complaining, I just start pressing, and I'm like, if I just press in and do more, then I'll stop complaining, because there's some reason that I'm complaining. So
I seen a meme the other day, just to that. It says, I asked for a full plate.
Yeah.
I can't be upset when I'm super busy because I ask God to eat because when I ask God to eat, I can't be upset about having a full plate when I ask God to eat. Yeah, right.
Let's go. Let's eat.
It's something along them lines. But like
168 hours in a week,
dude. There's 160. You got to utilize them to the best of your ability, bro.
Like you get up in the morning, right? My knees are ashy. If you zoom in, you can probably see because I was on them. I was on my knees this morning talking to the Lord. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
I was in scripture. I got up. I got my workout in, shower. You know what I'm saying? Call the people I need to call. Talk to the people I need to talk to on my weekend routine. Right? You have my first time before my eyes wake up. Before my eyes open, my mind wakes up. I thank the Lord that I'm up.
Same here.
Right?
Same here.
Then my eyes open. I draw my first breath. I thank the Lord for that. Right? And then from there, it's go time.
Because it's important, but giving thanks and everything else like that. And like I said, it just comes back around. But I said, I think, all great stuff, and I say all this stuff too, right? You are the company you keep, like, show me your friends and show your future and stuff like that. So, like, I love having these conversations. I love that we can resonate and we can all, kind of feel each other and the process, and we already know. So it's like, even like when we first started talking, like whenever we had our meetup and we talked about stuff, it just, like I said, it unfolded to like a 2-hour-long conversation, just like this right there.
We were inspiring other people about the place. It's just the energy that you bring in. People see, we live in.
Let's talk about.
I want to talk.
We live in such a society where you just never know. There's a lot, like, the devil sends a lot of people. But I think that when people see genuinely good people and people that are trying to, be better for the world that we live in, I think that the energy just kind of, you can feel it.
It is, and that's what. So we went to
scripture. So the scripture is like your gift the gift God gave you makes room
Put
for you
you in
to
front
be
of
around
great men,
great
yeah.
men. Right, go ahead.
So, like I said, when we met to eat, so we were at a restaurant bar area, and there was 3 grown gentlemen, tatted up, everything,
Yeah.
and we had waters.
Yeah.
You know, we all had
Water,
waters, and we were
right.
eating salads and stuff like
Right,
that. Like
right.
I remember, I got that salad was fire, bro.
Fire.
Anyway, and we're
Well,
sitting there.
Jaryd got free food from the guy. What did he give you?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, favor of God. It was
Favor
all my
of God,
life.
yeah.
He just said he didn't even
Right,
speak
right.
English.
I
He
looked
didn't even-
over and I'm like,
yeah.
did Jaryd just take this
Well,
sandwich
I
or
couldn't
did he
say
add?
no. I
Yeah.
got a habit built up in me that, like, when I go into
So-
other areas
Yeah.
and towns, people, like, if the person offers me food, I gotta bless him and eat it,
Yeah.
right? So this guy, he didn't even speak English.
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
know.
how, it was a quesadilla. He wasn't Mexican, so he didn't know how to say
Yeah.
quesadilla. He was
Quizdilla.
like,
Yeah.
you want?
Quizdilla.
I said, what is that, bro? He was like, here, it's, I
Yeah.
was like, no,
So,
I
yeah.
don't know. What are you trying to do?
So we're sitting there talking, having a great time. We're just stuck in the zone, like don't even notice what's going around us, and like the place just got packed and everything. And we're talking scripture, like and
Yeah.
me, I'm loud, I'm super loud.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'4", 220.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm up there preaching, talking scripture. Jordan's talking scripture, and
Yeah.
and then like I said, the people at the other side of the bar have been paying attention to us for a half hour, didn't even
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and they came over and they're like, hey, remember? They're like, hey, bless you guys for preaching and talking about good stuff. And
Yeah, you did. You did a whole sermon.
We,
right
yeah,
at the
we were
bar.
super
Right
interested in
at
your
the bar.
conversation.
At the bar.
Yeah, they came. They followed Christians. If you're watching this and you guys were out there Oakmont, was that Oakmont?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the name
And
of
you
the
guys
spot?
were out there. You guys,
Carnivores.
you guys were awesome. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If they hear this, hey, thank you guys.
Thank you.
You really lifted our spirits and made us. Hey, you reinforced that what we're doing is good because we are on a mission. We're on a mission from God, hey.
Hey.
baby. Hey. ChristYinz. yeah, but it's like I said, so it was just it unfolds right, and then like-minded people catch on, and it's just like I said, they're gonna press in. They're gonna be like, hey. So whenever I see people doing great works, and whenever Jordan starts telling me his testimonies of what he's doing, I'm like, that's awesome. So just like I said, I hear someone like Jordan what he's doing, I want to press in and be more like what Jordan is doing more. Just like every day I talk with you, Jaryd, and I want to press in and be more like you. So like I said, giving. I judge people on what they give. I don't care how much money you have, because there's a lot of crappy people out there that are doing the wrong thing to get this paper. So that doesn't tell me success. I want to know, are you happy? What good works are you doing? What are you doing to advance the kingdom of God? What are you doing as a person? And like I said before, right? So you adjust and you changed and you learned throughout life. So did you. So did I. And I say this all the time. So us as men, we found a way. We clawed our way out of the pit. And I say this all the time. If we got out of the pit and we learned all this and we're in our growth process, our job is to pull as many people out of the pit as possible and get them on the same page. And that's where I'm at. That's what I keep trying to do. And some people look at me, even close friends, and people will be like, Glenny, hey, Glenny, why do you care about other people so much? Why are you posting this? Why are you going on these rants? How come you're doing this Christians thing? How come you care about anybody else? Why don't you just focus on yourself? Because my whole world will be burning down, and I'm still out here doing good works. I don't care because I know that God is going to come in and repay me, man. And I'm going to meet good people like this. And you know what? Even this trio right here of people, like, I'm sure that we're going to be doing bigger, better things and helping more people down the line. It's going to be awesome. And like I said, thankfulness that Jordan's out here helping us, and he's coming on our podcast. I mean, we're up here. I woke up at 5 o'clock. It's Saturday. We're filming this on a Saturday morning. I woke up at 5 o'clock to do my morning stuff and everything else like that, and to get all the way across the city. Thank God there was no traffic to get here. I was here like 7:35ish or something like that. On a Saturday, and I was looking at some people on the way going through the city. People were stumbling around their phones, still drunk. One dude, had like a 40-ounce still, like down there to tea. Like I was just looking around, and I'm like,
bro, I'm there.
yeah, and I was
day.
like, yo, I'm clear-minded. I'm good. Like yesterday, I worked on one of my flips, and my sister's my electrician, so my sister and me were banging together till like 9 at night. My sister could have been out partying, doing whatever. I could have been too, but we were working together.
She's an electrician?
She's an electrician. She's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was helping her. Like, she's bossing me around. I'm pulling some wire. I'm doing some stuff. We're getting it done. And I told myself, I even texted her when I got home. I said, hey, Lori, like, this is some of the best times of our life. Like, some of my best times are when you and I are working together, just having a blast and joking around. And I really sincerely mean that. I could be out at the bar. I could be hanging out with women doing whatever, but I was with my sister working, and I had more joy with me in that second half of the day, and it was just awesome. So I just, I love it, man. So, Yeah, Jordan, man, like I said, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy we got to conversate. I'm happy that we're just all on the same page with stuff, and that we can always just learn and go back and forth off each other, man. And it's just like I said. So talk
I want to know about
Yinzers. The Sick Podcast,
Sick
Steelers
Podcast.
Crazy,
Yeah.
Sick Podcast,
Tell us about
man. I'm about to scan this with my phone while you guys are talking. Scan for Steelers Talk. Scan for Steelers Talk all year round.
We do go all year round.
How often for the people? The Sick Podcast.
Yeah, so the
Steelers Crazy.
Sick Podcast
How often? Leo, tell me.
Two times a week we cover the Steelers. We just had the new rookie linebacker Nick Herbig on.
Yeah.
We have media personalities on, national, local guys, and we're just trying to give, Steeler Nation. It's such a big population, as you know. It's Steelers worldwide.
Yeah.
The Cowboys can be America's team, but the Steelers are the world's team.
Let's
Dude, this is God's city.
Hey.
I'm telling you,
It is
God's city.
Let's go. But basically, we teamed up with them, and then me and my best friend Mike, we were doing YinzerCrazy.com. We still, put out local stuff. Like, I'd love to do one on Jaryd, all the boxing things that he's, doing.
Yeah.
And just from national to local, collegiate level, just trying to just tell the stories of athletes. And then that album I did with my guy, he's a rapper and producer, Gallo Loch Ness, and the Pirates. It's a song for each Pittsburgh sports team, and then the Yinzer Crazy song. And basically what it is a compilation of just, family friend tailgate music, get you pumped up. The Pirates using the song. It was just on, as I said, Star 100.7.
Yeah,
Shout
that's
out to
awesome.
the Bubba Show.
Hey.
So you're making waves,
so
bro.
yeah, I mean, I'm just putting positivity out there and just trying to just be myself. I think that's like another thing too. It's like when I told you, like, I've never been the smartest. I'm working towards becoming the strongest with my routine. But anyways, I just try and just be myself. And I think that's when you embrace your flaws and when you know what you're good at, that's when you can really excel. And it's everything is just putting your mind to it. It's everything that I say sounds so cliche, but everyone tries to like figure out like in life, like what is going to make it. Everyone's journey is so like someone might be like, here, I'm going to give you the blueprint. You try the blueprint. It doesn't work. You adjust it to your personal liking. That's what makes us unique. That's what God didn't put us on this earth to be, hey, we're just going to do the same thing.
No.
And then,
No, they tried to do that at Babel. That was in the Bible. You had to give them all.
Yeah,
Hey, I got a question though. I'm going to put you on the spot. So I seen something that said Brock Purdy might be coming to Pittsburgh. Do you know anything about that? Have you heard that?
No, that would be breaking news. I know Tanner. I know they have a guy, Tanner Morgan, a quarterback that was going for the third string. I don't think that they'll be bringing back Mason Rudolph, but if Brock Purdy comes to Pittsburgh, that would be. I'd welcome him with open. I love I'm an underdog, so I love the underdog story. Jesus was the underdog. I mean, I'm always rooting for the underdog.
Well, Brock Purdy, if you could get somewhere, man, this is God's city. This is where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah, that's breaking news to me. You got to really, with the internet, you got to make sure that it's coming from
that's why I
credible.
came to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I hear all kinds of stuff all the time. And
I consider you credible.
It's not credible. But yeah, man.
That'd be dope.
But yeah, we're just gonna keep doing, Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, Pitt, just covering sports. Pittsburgh is such a unique city. Obviously, it's a city of God, a city of Jesus. So many great churches.
Right.
And the tradition, everything. Pittsburgh family, like blue collar town. And I think that's like really. Like, people are like, I'm a Yinzer. Like, you got to embrace every aspect.
Right, you do.
Like, okay, you're a Yinzer. I get drunk and eat pastrami sandwiches. Like, no, I'm talking about, I'm talking about, like, do you really dive into what this is? It's just such a beautiful city. There's so much here, and there's so many good people.
I love that.
But yeah, so I mean, everything's good, man. We're just gonna keep, putting out good content, putting out good into the world. I'm working on a documentary right now that I was telling you about, hardest worker in the room. So we're in the beginning phases of that. No release date on that. I'd love to include you guys in it too, and everything that you're doing. But yeah, I mean, it's going good, man. I can't complain. I wake up every day and just give 110%, point blank period. You can sit here, you can cry, you can life's unfair. We know life's unfair. Why is this person here? Stop comparing yourself and just get to work. When just get to work, just be never, like the Prince song, never satisfied, is the mentality that you have. And I keep stressing this. It might sound like I'm repeating myself, but people want to, I don't know. No, do it. And do it now, because
you can repeat yourself all you want, bro. That's life. Like
I just want people to watch this and tell you that it doesn't matter where you're at. It literally matters. You have to envision yourself where you want to be, or it's never going to happen. Even if it never happens, if it never happens,
right?
At least I can say that I failed, but I tried.
Right, and that's how
you really
it is.
fail? Because you'll probably end up, even if you don't end up where you're supposed to be, well, you're going to end up, because God, at the end of the day, God, whatever's supposed to happen in your life is supposed to happen. I tell everyone like this, like my brother laughs at me when I tell him this. I'll text him. I'll be like, it's your story. This is your movie.
You're writing your own movie
right now. This is a part of you know what I mean? The script.
Yep.
And when you look at every little thing that happens, I go outside, it's raining, I stub my toe. Everything in your life, big, small, is all part of your story. So you really just gotta just live it.
And it's all choices. It's all the choice. Like I said, you're writing your own movie. You're writing your life. You're the narrator, and you make these choices to get there. And it's like so with the whole same 24 hours in a day, right? Look, the only thing, we all have the same opportunity, same 24 hours in a day. What separates us, right? Everyone's meant for greatness. God made us all for greatness. What separates us is the disciplines. That's what it is. It's the disciplines. The fact that every day you consistently do the same stuff, it's the disciplines is what separates all of us. It's not that you're better than me, or I'm better than you, or he's better than us. It's somebody is staying more disciplined and doing more. So if I'm putting 100 hours a week in to my dreams and goals, and someone else is only putting 40 at the regular,
you got to think someone's always working harder.
So that's what
not in like a malicious way, but just in a, I want to bring out the best in Glenn. I want to bring out the best in Jaryd. I want to bring out the best in Jordan, our friends, our family, whoever. That's what life's about.
And if you're not surrounded by the people that are bringing you up and helping you get to where you need to be, you don't need them in your life. I'm telling you, when you're younger, like I said, when you're younger, you hang around people and you just like to have fun, and you're a product of your environment and the people you went to high school with or your neighborhood. But no, as you get older, like I said, that's why people grow away from people. And then the people that didn't grow, like, oh, you forgot where you came from. Look, I was supposed to. I didn't want to be there, and I worked hard to get up here.
Yeah, you don't work.
Came with me.
You don't work your butt off to be complacent. Like it just doesn't work out that way.
And everybody wants to make these excuses, but like I said, and all these memes go around and people say the same saying, and then people say false stuff. They're not living this, but they say it. But you know what? Everybody got a sad story. I got a sad story. You do. We all have a sad story. Work harder. And you know what? The world doesn't care. The world don't care if you're a really great person. The world don't care if, like I said, if you're failing at this,
you'll
or
be
whatever
disappointed your whole life if you expect
the
world to care about your feelings. And
so you just have to press in and keep doing it. But like I said, you have God on your side, and what the Bible says is, like I said, you're going to be tried. You're going to go through these trials and tribulations, and you just stay consistent. You press in and stay disciplined. Eventually, it's going to work out, and you're going to get to where you're going. But you can't, like I said, you reap what you sow. If you don't tend to your crops, right, or fertilize them and water them and prune them and everything else like that, you will not have a bountiful harvest. You won't. So you have to put in the work. There ain't no magic. Look, I always say, like, prayers are empty without God, and prayers are empty without action, and action are empty without prayers. You have to have both,
action.
Bro.
You got to have action.
If you don't do nothing with your life, you just sit there and say, please God, give me money. Please God, give me money.
He's going to reward the people that are working hard.
out there doing it. You know,
like if you came to someone and you were like, why should I hire you? Why should I work with you? Well, I'm good at this. But what's your work ethic? Give me the guy 10 out of 10 times that might have less talent, that might not know what he's doing, but he's willing to learn, he's willing to listen, and he's willing to work hard. The only thing in life that I am cocky about at this point in my life, because I can sit in any room, I don't care, professional athletes, Elon Musk can come and sit here with us. The only thing in life that I am cocky about, that Jordan, is my work ethic.
Right.
Because I will outwork, and I mean this in the nicest way, I will outwork anyone, because I don't want God to look at me and be like, this is what you could have been if you would have did. I don't want my family to be like, I can't rely on you. And I don't mean in like a I mean someone has to be the boss. The boss in your life.
Yes.
The boss for Jesus, the boss for God, the boss for your family. That's what I said. Scan the room. There's always more work to be done.
Right.
There always is.
Right. Yeah, and like
hardest worker in the room.
That's what it is.
Like,
that documentary is gonna be fire, bro.
But it so and everybody, like I said, everybody says this, and like it's like all right. So like I said, we'll just say 40 hours in a week, right? People put 40 hours in for a regular week for their work and their job, dream, whatever. So if I'm doing 80, I always say 100 because 100 is a good number, and that's like you do 7 days a week.
When do you sleep?
But that's what. Listen, but it's yeah. But if you're doing 40, if somebody's doing 40 and I'm doing 80, well, at the end of 1 year. I just did 2 years in 1 year.
Yeah.
I did 2 to their 1. So after 5 years, I have 10 years of growth. They have 5, and then people wonder why. So for like the must be nice crowd, luck, right? People say lucky. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So here's the thing. Say I'm looking at 100 houses a week. I'm looking at 100 houses a week, okay, for my real estate stuff. I ended up getting these good deals, and now I have all these rental properties. I'm flipping this and that. And somebody that's only looking at 1 house a week will be like, must be nice. No, I spent my whole day looking at 100 houses a week. That's called preparation.
You can't care what anyone.
But I'm saying, but that's preparation meeting opportunity, right? So. Whatever. It's like even if I save all my money, say me and you are friends, okay? We're friends. We grew up together. And you go out to the bar every night, you get all banged up and whatever. I'm working overtime and saving my money. So we'll say 2 years goes by, I have $100,000 saved up.
So Glenn, why would you do such a thing?
but so if I have $100,000 saved up because I was working overtime and everything, and you don't, and then the bar that you always go to all the time ends up for sale. And I'm like, I want to own that bar. I go and I buy it. Then you look at me like, oh, you just got lucky because he sold it really cheap because he was retiring to go to Florida and this and that. And I could have did that. No, you couldn't have. Did you have $100,000 saved up? No, I'm just using it as an example. But you get what I'm saying? Because I suffered for 2 years and saved up my stuff and worked overtime while you lollygagged and just got hammered. And now you want to sit there and look at me and say, hey, must be nice, or you just got lucky. No, preparation meant opportunity, baby.
Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. People don't understand. You got to put years. If you're not willing to put 5 years,
5 to 10,
into something, like I've been doing like music. This will be going on like the 13th year, just like basically being in the entertainment content creator world. And really just now, like that's like I've always been, doing my thing, but like to the point where it's like, okay, I can see the seeds that I planted and everything's blossoming, and I'm still not satisfied because you always gotta, just keep working. We can sum up this whole thing: put your belief in Jesus and God,
right,
and get to work. It don't matter. What you did yesterday doesn't matter. And the people watching this too, and this is like, who's Jordan, who's Glenn, who are these guys? Listen, bro. It don't matter if you're a nobody. I know my work ethic. You guys know your work ethic. Mm-hmm. So you have that confidence knowing that, and that's something that people, when the proof's in the pudding, what are you going to do?
I mean, I got 5,000 hour years clocked. Yeah. A regular 40-hour gigs 40 hours a week is 2,000. Mm-hmm. I got 5,000 hour years clocked for sure. And like I said, there's times when I go up and down and I battle with some of my own problems, and I'll go like this. But like recently, I'm just back on full throttle because back to the basics is putting in hours. So if I can do 16 hours a day, which is from the time I wake up. Then I talk to God. I do my gym. I go through all my stuff that I got to do, emails. Mm-hmm. I go work here. I go look at this here. I do stuff till like 9 at night. So if I can go 5-ish in the morning till 9 at night and just stay on the ball with getting ahead, and works different to people. Like if I'm scanning houses on the MLS, or I'm scanning like through emails and looking at properties, or if I'm like just like working on reels for this, that's work. So if from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, it's like I said, it's back to the basics. Put in the hours, get in around 80 to 100 hours a week, working towards your dream, so that I can look back and say, hey, I put my time in, reach out to the right people. I don't want to look back and be like, I should have did more, right? And I said, everyone's different.
It's life changing. It really is life changing when you look yourself in the mirror and you say, again, to quote Bob Marley, are you satisfied with the life you're living?
Right.
You have to know that everyone has that potential. Like I know people battle with mental health and stuff, but the only person who is going to make that change for you is the person in the mirror. And not having you know, I have my wife, I have, you know, my family members, but I'm saying really to the point where you can't even explain it to them, because when you're talking to them, it might your vision might sound too clear. They're like, what? Like, you're not going to do that.
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm going to do it.
Right.
It might take me 5-10 years. It might take me however
10
long,
years.
but I'm going to do it. And I don't need, and I still love you, because even though you don't see my vision.
Right.
But it's going to be sweet once everything transpires, and you have to see yourself there. It like everything that you do, you have to envision that you're already there, and I think
people like us, we're like that, bro. And it's like my problem too, Jordan, is like I see, and I know you probably do, and Jaryd does definitely. I see not just the potential in me where I can go.
Yeah.
I see it in other people.
Yeah.
And there's people that are in my life that I'm so close to and I really love, and I can see their full potential, and they're wasting away their lives not being who they could be. And after so long, sometimes you just have to say, listen, I want you to eat, just not at my table. I need to separate myself from this because I just can't anymore. So it's like I said, that's not being, that's not.
Like I told you off air is a lot of people, like, I'm the type of person that I can put me in a room with anyone. Like, I can have tough conversation. I don't care if you don't, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to see eye to eye with you. But, like, at the end of the day, like, we're all adults. Like, let's talk about it. Even if we don't come to an agreement, shake your hand, best of luck, but you're just not eating at my table. It's you're not sending any negative, any malice towards them. You're just saying basically, hey, like, I wish you the best, but I'm going to eat with and I'm sure Jesus was like that. I mean, I'm sure that, I can't imagine what Jesus was like, because he went from being, hey, we're going to throw stones at him, to I want to eat it. I want to be at this guy's dinner table. Right. And that's how it is. I can say that in my life. That's how it is, because it was always me putting in the work, because I knew at the end of the day, it was me. Like, you have people that help you along the way, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to really. No one's going to believe in what you're supposed to become more than you.
That's
like
right.
You envision your boss. You envision, I'm sure you envision being one of the best, realtors in Pittsburgh, that sort of thing. You envision having the best boxing gym and the best community center and everything. And I just envision, for years to come, making a difference in Pittsburgh, doing my sports, helping veterans, whatever it may be that God has my calling for. I think that's what makes it beautiful, and it goes back to just being yourself. At the end of the day, be yourself, work hard, and expect nothing, because when you expect nothing, things will happen, because you're constantly like, well, you can't do something and expect God to, like, reward you immediately. You have to be like, God wants to be like, hey,
Faith Street, baby, 101 Faith Street.
I want to see you do this for the next 2 years every day. Pray to me. Follow your routine. Follow your regimen. Stick to your diet.
Be faithful but what you've been given. That's
and it's okay to have a few off days, this and that, sin, whatever, but learn from it and don't let it happen again. Right. Because we're all, at the end of the day, we're human. We're going to be learning until the day that we die.
100%.
But all you can do is just try. And, like, I just tell everyone, like, and I tell you guys, because I tell like, my dad especially, going back to him, because he sees, the vision is that you just have to wake up one day and be like, I have to do this. And it's hard for me, and I don't mean just from the gym. I'm talking, it's hard for me to take a day off, because I wake up every day, 2:30 a.m., alarm goes off, during Monday through Friday. Today I slept until 5:30. Yeah. So, but you have to just have that hunger to do good, to put all your into it. Even if you fail most days, there's still going to be days where
you're still going through the repetition. And
it's life-changing. Everyone wants, I'm going to read this New York bestseller. I'm going to do this. I'm going to watch it. No.
Do it.
Write it down on paper.
Right.
Follow it.
Habakkuk 2:2.
And it will change. It will change your life. That's it. There's no method to the madness. It's literally like, I can't explain to you when I started doing, like, living life in a better, healthier, again, I'm not just talking about fit. That's a big part of life. I like going to the gym, physical fitness, start your day off with a sweat. But I'm talking about healthy mentally, healthy relationship with God and Jesus, healthier relationship with your family, constantly just you know what I mean? Like, everything changes. Like, I was, like, trying to figure out, what can I tweak to make my life, more more than I want. No, I just simply said, follow the regimen, follow the routine. Right. And there it is.
So it goes back to like, we can all have the blueprint. I can give anyone the blueprint for the gym to lose weight, whatever. But the thing is, you won't choose it. Your disciplines will not let you follow that blueprint. But you can make those changes. Anybody can.
Anyone can.
And it's just like I said, bro, it's like, so here's in a nutshell, why do I do all the stuff that I do? And I wanted to touch base on some of the disciplines in the morning. So whenever you're saying like, yeah, you're waking up, you're doing your thing, like, so you don't, and a lot of people say, you say it, I say, you can't negotiate with yourself. So when that alarm goes off at 2:30 and you want to go back to sleep, you can't negotiate. Yeah. You have a couple seconds to make that decision, and you say, Jordan, we're getting up. And in the words of David Goggins, you say, this is what we do now. You might not have did it before, but now it's 2:30. Oh my God, I got to wake up. The alarm's going off.
When you make
this is what we do.
When you
now.
make it non-negotiable with yourself,
negotiate.
You make it non-negotiable. I have to pray every morning. You make it non-negotiable whenever you go to work, whatever it is that you may do during your day. Do it to the best of your abilities. When you focus on, oh, my back hurts, oh, I'm tired, if I just take this off. No,
preach. Go ahead and preach.
That's when the true champions come out.
Right, and you got to step
and
up
again,
to the plate.
this is broadly speaking. I'm not just like speaking in like I'm talking about every aspect of your life will prosper when you just say, oh, I'm tired. Like right now, like, oh, like I'm a little bit groggy. I went for a no. Like I'm here, and I'm not forcing myself, but I'm saying no matter how I feel in any situation, how can I navigate through this,
right,
to win?
So like I said, my mindset and my mission and everything, and like, you know, anybody that is super rich, anyone that's super successful in sports, anybody that's music, whatever, you name it, it's like you have to be relentless, you have to become obsessed, and you have to drive with, like I said,
people are going to think you're crazy.
They are. So in my life,
they don't understand it.
Yeah,
you
my
didn't
mission,
just sit on the couch and eat a whole bag of Doritos and watch reruns on Netflix.
No. So my goal,
respectfully,
is to be the best man that I can be. So I am obsessed with being the best me, and here's why. Because if I'm not being the best me that I know I can be, I'm not going to attract the right relationships. I'm not going to attract the opportunities. I definitely am not going to attract the right woman that can marry me and be my wife if I'm not the best me. How can I expect to find like the best friends that can help me, the best business partners, the best woman that's going to be my wife one day, if I'm not giving 110% being the best me possible? If I give a subpar halfy Glennie, well, then I'm going to get that in return. Yeah. So that's what I'm obsessed with. It isn't one thing in general. It isn't having the biggest real estate company, you know, with rentals and flips in Pittsburgh. It ain't having the biggest podcast. It ain't having, 100,000 people see me speak at a keynote. It isn't being, the best friend. But it's everything. Right. I want it all. I want to be the best me, and then whatever comes. But like I said, that's kind of where it's at. And guys, we're
But that's called you seek the kingdom first because you're trying to make yourself better, right?
Right.
So seek the kingdom first, and everything else will be added to it.
100%, and that's what it is. So do the steps. Start doing the small steps every day. Mm-hmm. Get out there with it, and
even
things will start falling into place.
Like everyone's different. I get that. Like some people might not wake up and have the hunger that we do, and that's fine. But like maybe just try and do it. It's almost like quitting cigarettes, and not to use that analogy, but it's the perfect analogy. It's like, oh, I'm only gonna have 2 cigarettes instead of a whole pack today, then gradually ease into, oh, I'm going to make these changes today. Then before you know it, you're in full mode, and then you'll have to force yourself to take a day off because you see the progress that you're making.
Right. And if you want to come to the gym and lose weight, instead of drinking 2 liters of Mountain Dew, drink 1.
Drink 1.
Well, see, I tell people that stuff. I'm like, when people are like, hey, people, January, February rolls around, people are like, hey, how do I lose 30 pounds and look good for the summer? And you'll say, well, you got to stop drinking a 2-liter Mountain Dew a day, or you have to stop drinking a 12-pack of beer a day. And then people will be like, nah, that's not happening. Well, then I gave you the blueprint.
Don't tell someone to give up Mountain Dew.
I gave you the blueprint, bruh, and now you're not. You know
all you can do.
You know what?
You can do is
but like I said, we got to start wrapping this up.
Yeah, we got to get back
our
together.
times, whatever. Yeah. But dude, like I said, so now I got to start waking up at 2:30.
Yeah. Right, Jordan.
I gotta start waking up at 2:30.
The really reason why I do that is because like my life's so chaotic. Like once I start, it's like once you know how like when you cut your grass, once you got to start cutting it. Yeah. That's how. Once I get started,
It's on.
It's on. So I really have to. So that extra half hour, I get up, I pray, I stretch, I eat a protein bar, do whatever I need to do, and then I head out. And even just that drive in the morning when I wake up, like it's early, like the deer. Got to watch out for the deer in Western Pennsylvania. But it's just peace, just kind of like my me time, serenity, and then once I get to where I'm going, it's on, man. Like you don't understand. I wake up ready for war, not in the sense like I'm Rambo, but in a sense that like I'm sharpening my tools in the shed, getting ready to navigate.
Nothing's gonna stop you.
Like, dude, I mean this, and I know you guys are both former athletes. I wake up with the hunger. Like most people, like I want to jump out of bed. Like I'm just ready to go. Throw them. I'm pumped. Whatever script, give me it all. Like give me it. Just make sure that it's positive. That's what I want people to realize. It's when you grab what you want out of life, hold on to it and never let go. And just be a person. Like we'll end on this, and I can tell you guys because I know you guys are two hungry individuals. Is if you don't wake up with a burning desire to be better each day, then I want to be in the same room with you.
Same, dude. I'm same here.
Respectfully, but like,
yes.
I'm not judging you, but I need people around me that are going to be, you're crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. And it's going to be crazy when everything works out. Yeah. And we're going to fail 300 times along the way, but we're not going to quit. I don't care if I'm 40 years old. I don't care if I'm 56. We're not quitting until and then once you just pound the pavement with anything, give yourself to God and Jesus, be devoted, be there for your family.
Right.
Follow your passions, even if that's never going to... Who cares if it never works out? You were happy doing it. That's what you wanted to do. Life is a constant learning process.
Bro, it ain't the kill. It's the thrill of the chase, bro. That's what it is. We're in growth. We're always growing.
And that's why it's good to be around individuals like you because you see my vision. Like, I tell this to, like, some people, and they'll be like, man, you're talking crazy. Like, what are you on?
Let's get crazy.
I'm on life, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's how it works.
I'm ready. Like, I'm beating my chest in the morning, and it's not a beat the chest in, like, an alpha male way. I'm beating the chest is like, how can I make the world a better place? How can I do what I love and know and reach the masses and make other people happy, and in return, good things will happen for me.
Amen. Jordan, can you tell everybody where they can find you, your podcast, and stuff like that? Anywhere else we can find you?
YinzAreCrazy.com, the co-founder of that. Check it out. Steelers Crazy Podcast, sick podcast. Just Google it. Just Google Jordan York. All my links are on there. Instagram, Twitter, J York Football, covering the Steelers. Facebook, Jordan York. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys having me. I love what you guys are doing. So shout out to ChristYinz. Thank you for having me.
ChristYinz.
JY. Again, we can sit here and talk all day.
All day.
We could have got it catered.
We got
and
an
had
hour.
breakfast.
This is our longest podcast. Hey, everyone out there watching, if you watch the whole podcast, I hope you got something out of it. Hope you love this. I hope you share stuff. I hope some of the clips that we make for reels and whatever else, you share those along the line. Go follow Jaryd stuff. Jordan. Go follow Jordan stuff. Follow Jaryd stuff too.
Yeah, follow me too.
But I got 2 J's. But anyway, and just keep it real. Keep God first. Let's keep making this city beautiful and amazing. I'm so thankful that we had this conversation. Yeah. I'm on fire, guys. I'm on fire. Like, I want to attack this day, but I haven't ate breakfast yet.
You could probably dunk a basketball right now.
I need some breakfast and hash browns. I need to get some stuff out. And we're out in the Lawrenceville area, so we'll find somewhere.
All right, y'all. Bless y'all. Get some gear. Instagram @ChristYinz. Hit the link. Get some ChristYinz.
Yeah,
gear.
Try Jesus, not me. Get some. Hey, we got some good shirts coming. Yeah,
Jordan York.
York,
follow
baby.
him, man. Check his Instagram, man. I love the content you put out, bro. It's like Pittsburgh through and through.
Bro,
Yinzers, man.
I love this.
Great dude to be around. Great dude to know in Pittsburgh. Holler at us.
Look,
we love
he's
y'all.
just making me smile being around him.
I know.
I appreciate it, guys.
We out. Hey, we out. ChristYinz.